going on? So this morning I was being lazy. Don't really want to do anything. It's my extra day off today, so I got a free day off. It's cool. I usually have to work on a Saturday, weekend warrior shift work. Gotta love it. But like I said, I was being lazy. Didn't have my caffeine. I was like, hey, I need to get my caffeine. I told myself, hey self, why don't you go somewhere different today to get some caffeine instead of the regular McDonald's you normally go to. So I did. Which was a disaster. I went to the McDonald's I used to go to when I worked at the airport, and it was all boarded up and closed. It wasn't temporarily closed, it was boarded up. Graffiti on the plywood that was covering the glass, so I think it's safe to say it's been closed for a while, so that was a disaster right there. But I remember that there was another McDonald's on the back side of the airport, which is where I am at now. Trying to get a good backdrop, but it's too bright outside and I'm in the shade because it's a little hot. So shot's gonna be probably weird, probably unusable, but we're gonna go with it anyway. Since I've been using the iPhone a lot for shots. Myself said to me today, hey self, take your T2i Rebel out. Get some practice on that prime lens. So you're on the 24mm right now, Canon lens. My 10-18 Canon should arrive today, hopefully. It's been lost in the universe for the last 4 decades. It's supposed to arrive on the 12th. Today's the 15th, so 12, 13, 14, 15. 3 days late. Not bad. I was getting worried. I was stuck at the Rochester mailing facility for a while. And of course, what do people do when they're wondering things and not knowing? They Google stuff, so I think that kind of screwed me up. I was reading Reddits explaining the horror stories about 20 days stuck in a distribution facility. That Rochester one was pretty bad up there too. And Denver, I think, was up there. And there are little tips and tricks of how to kickstart the package or get it moving again. I just did an inquiry. I don't know if that worked, but last night it was still stuck there, said in transit, arriving late. But this morning it said it arrived, or I signed up for the text messages and email notifications. I got a text from USPS saying it arrived at the San Jose distribution center. And then after that, shortly after that, it said out for delivery today, so that's kind of cool. So I decided to take this camera out before I played around and messed around with that one. Maybe later on today, if I'm feeling motivated, I'll take some shots and attach it to this video I have going on now. An update from yesterday, I was able to sold. Who taught you how to talk? I was able to sell the GoPro 3-way grip. The guy finally showed up at the location, which is the Target, and he bargained with me for a while, so I finally let it off for 20. I originally had it for 25, and I thought about it. There was some interest, but everyone who wanted it was far from me. This guy was pretty much local, and then I thought about maybe making more money if I sold it on eBay, but of course with eBay you got to pay for shipping, or you have to have them pay for shipping, so you kind of have to get the price correct, because I know for me, if it's not free shipping, I pass on it unless it's a real good deal. So locally, 20 bucks for it, I think that was cool. Kind of a hassle, kind of getting tired of selling things, but it's pretty cool. I wish you could see the background and me. I don't know how to do stuff, so I can't get you the good background. I see the airport, maybe the manager on duty or one of their staff over here patrolling, probably trying to see if there's any vagrants or trespassers. So back to the lens, that worked out. I saw a T3, not a T3i, for sale. $100, Cupertino, about 20 miles away. I looked up the specs. It's only video, HD video is 720, so pass on that one. But it does weird because the T3i and the T3 both have flip screens. And I could have swore after the T2i, the T3 was the non-flip, and the I version, which would be the T3i, T4, T4i, the I was the flip screen version, but the T3 non-I had the flip screen. So I was interested, but 720, no thanks. I got my mirror hack going on right now, so I could see if I'm in frame or not, and I could see if I'm recording. I forget the name of the light. Tally? The blinking light to indicate if you're recording or not. Yes. So I'm recording via the Tascam. I'm just using the external mics on the Tascam itself. I made sure there was no clicking, clacketing, interference noise before I started recording the video. Because last time what happened with the iPhone, I did the whole video, and at the end when I checked the audio, it had the noise for the whole clip, or like the first 5 minutes, or I lied. That clip was not 5 minutes. For the first 2.5 minutes of the clip, it had that weird noise in the background, so it's good now. DRX05. I don't know if the batteries I put in it suck, but I changed those batteries 3 times. But they're the generic Dollar Tree, I think it's Sunbeam brand. But I did purchase some Duracells. I have those in there now, but I decided to try to power the Tascam via micro USB or bus power. So I'm in the car, so I got you plugged in to the 12 volt to try to save money on batteries. But I think when I first got the DRX05X, the batteries lasted pretty long. So I'm thinking it's a issue of battery quality. So we'll see how long these Duracells last, the copper tops, versus generic Dollar Tree non-name brand batteries. So yeah, someone just pulled up behind me. Now I'm self-conscious, but oh well. Maybe they'll volunteer to be in my video or vlog. Alright, I'll bring it back later if I get any good clips with that Canon 10-18mm lens that is finally almost to me. I'm not gonna see it till I believe it, so yep. Alright. What's going on here at the BART station in San Jose? They finally made the BART station here. It's pretty cool, testing out the 10-18mm lens, seeing if the stab's any good. I've been walking this way towards the sun, so the settings might be a little off. But how's it look? There's a car over here practicing how to drive, I guess. It's a BMW. It's been going around this lot. They're either trying to rob me or they're trying to park. Let me try to get him in the shot. So I'm trying to not be in the sun. I'm trying to test out the walk correctly. Got the Tascam on to try to cut away the wind. So you're in the sun. Let me walk out the sun. Maybe a little better. But yeah, it took like 30 plus years to get this station built. So we'll see what happens. Got a guy on a bike over here. Maybe he wants to be in my video. Right by the tree. All right. How's it look? Catch you on the next one. What's going on? I'm practicing the walking shots on the Rebel T2i on the Roleno stabilizer. Just see how it looks. A little bit windy, but I think it'll be all right. Walking down the street or on the sidewalk, but I think it looks okay. Got a 10-18 lens, set to 10, so I don't have to hold it out so far and break my arm. How's it look?